Yes, Peggy?
Arthur, the theory seems to divide things up. How do you reconcile with, say, Buddhism or mysticism or other philosophies that are striving for unity?
Oh, that's a beauty. I'm afraid I neglect all that. I went through agonies when I first got interested in Buddhism and Zen, reading these remarkable teachings, telling me about the egolessness of things and the egolessness of persons. I just couldn't understand it. What was this helicopter I was making? Did it have no selfhood? Did I have no selfhood? It was a very difficult pill to swallow. I gradually began to recognize then that the helicopter wasn't a thing. It was something you moved toward. It was a goal. Any particular model was already obsolete as soon as you'd made it. And you keep moving on. So the real thing is the dynamic that's pushing it on. And this form is something that's peeled off and thrown away when you're finished with it. So that would take care of the egolessness of things. The egolessness of persons is a subtler one, but it has to do with recognizing that the ego is not any final division. It's only a pseudo-separation. Incidentally, that's something I didn't get into yesterday when I should have. This is our torus model. You see the universe here springing from nothing. Where is it now? Where is that universe? There it comes. And it expands and expands, and if you follow it through, it gets smaller on the back. I mean, on the other side. I used that yesterday to talk about the universe expanding out, and it stays that way until you bring it back home. Tuck it all in and make it your own. In the sense you're a black hole. Well, what I didn't develop there as an answer to Peggy's question is that this model provides, well, not the answer, but a way of seeing the Hindu or the Zen position that things have no ego. Suppose I were to say I'm going to, well, this is the, excuse me, let me begin over. We have the problem of how can there be things, finite things, in an infinite universe? How can there be raisins in the cake of the continuum? How can there be separation when everything is joined together? All right, now look at this. Suppose I have well, here's a speck here. Let that speck be a self. I'm going to cut the self off from the rest of the universe by cutting this brown line. See, that'll separate the self from everything else. So we'll have this self with a circle around him. But the part you've cut off can still sneak up in here. The self is connected to the rest of the universe by an umbilical cord. You wouldn't see this, but it's part of the invisible that we're connected with. We are all connected with this umbilical cord to the universe and to one another. We only seem to have the separateness because of this line around ourselves.